All right. So welcome. Maybe we could start off by just telling us your name, the grade that you're in, and what school you go to.
Okay. My name is Shrey Khetan, and I'm an eighth grader at John Witherspoon Middle School.
And that's in that what township is it? That's Princeton.
Yeah, that's in Princeton.
Okay. All right. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about your project. Keep in mind that this is for like a very high level audience, so try to be not to get into too many details, but like for like an average layperson, so they could understand.
Okay. My project is about understanding the impact of environmental factors on the amount of energy generated from a solar panel.
Okay. So, what types of things did you investigate as part of your project to look at solar panels?
The environmental factors include azimuth, tilt angle, shade, and temperature.
Okay. And what did you find when you altered these different things in terms of how much energy it produced?
So when I put some shade on the panel, there was a significant loss in energy generated. When the temperature was higher on the solar panel, the amount of energy generated was less, and when the temperature was lower, the amount of energy generated was more. That when you if you don't have a specific azimuth that's facing the sun directly, that also causes a significant loss in energy generated. And tilt angle also has less energy generated if it's not at a perpendicular angle to the sun.
Okay. Well, were there different types of solar panels that you tested, or was it all like the same manufacturer?
It was the same solar panel for all the tests.
Okay. All right. And did you encounter any difficulties along the way?
Some of the difficulties that I encountered included working with the Arduino microcontroller. The problems included like debugging the coding and just overall just building the solar tracker.
So I missed out. So why did you need an Arduino controller for this? Did it like move in relation to the sun?
Yeah, the Arduino solar tracker was like built for like a demonstration of a solar tracker.
Oh, I see. Okay. Were there any unexpected findings from this?
I was surprised when I found out that when the temperature is lower, the amount of energy generated is higher than if the temperature is higher, the amount of energy generated is lower.
Hmm. You would expect the opposite, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why do you think that was? Could you explain that?
I'm pretty sure because when the temperature is colder, it's just like easier for the electrons to move from the positive layer to the negative layer um of the solar panel.
Oh, okay. That might make sense. So, if you had to recommend some design changes for like an engineer or someone who's creating new solar panels, what would your recommendations be?
I would recommend to make it like a solar tracker. I think the overall design of a solar panel, there's not any like there's no need to change that. But like if it's more beneficial if it's a tracker and it can like track the sun throughout the day.
Mm, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. So, like in terms of designing a device that can track the sun, that would require some sophisticated machinery, right? No.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it would kind of be difficult to make it,
Hmm.
but I think it would be beneficial in the long run.
Okay. All right. So, what are your future goals after you finish your schooling? Are you in college, and what do you want to study?
Currently, I think I want to be a scientist when I grow up.
Okay. Are you interested in energy and engineering or electrical engineering? Maybe I don't know. Like, do you know anything
Uh,
about those fields?
I don't know a lot about those fields, but I might also maybe be like an engineer.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of particular interest in these types of technologies nowadays, as you can imagine. So there's a lot of good things that you can learn from engineering about this to make these better over time. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. Okay. One other question. So this was the first time that we've actually had a virtual science fair. Usually we do these interviews face to face and try to get a chance to meet you, but because of the coronavirus, we were not able to do that. So what do you think about that? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts on the virtual science fair, I think it was like really good, and the how they like handled it was really well, and it was easy to like attach your files and overall just submit the project.
Hmm. Would you have preferred a face to face science fair or a virtual fair in the future?
Um, I think either one is good, but I think face to face is better.
Okay, okay. Yeah, unfortunately, because of the risk of the virus, we didn't want the kids to get infected, so that's why we had to cancel it at the last minute. But we do understand. So, maybe can you? Is there any way you could show us your poster a little bit, and or maybe move the camera closer to it so that we could see it? Okay. Is there? Can you tell us about different sections of the poster?
So the first slide on the left is the abstract. I start out off with the abstract, and then there's the question and my hypothesis.
Okay.
Then there's the materials that I used in this project. Then I explained how a solar panel works, and I explained what azimuth is, and some other slides explaining my project. Then I have a couple graphs on my experiment and my testing.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have a slide about the solar tracker that I built using Arduino,
Mm-hmm.
and then my conclusions.
Okay. Great. That's a nice looking board. Thank you. Um, so I think that's pretty much all the questions I had, John. Is there anything that you wanted to cover?
Were you to do it all over again, well, how would you do it differently?
If I was going to do it differently, maybe I would start off a little bit more earlier than I did this time, and I would maybe like test for longer periods of time, and I think that's all.
And then the last thing I want to say is good luck at Broadcom. I think your project is quite impressive, and it's a really good showcase for what you've done. And I encourage you to keep going with the science fair stuff. You clearly have a lot of talent, and I wish you the best.
Thank you.